Sorry about the way. I know y'all. Y'all waiting for this. What's going on, people? Trey, what it do? Tracy J. What's going down? How y'all feeling? Now y'all know how we do this. I'm gonna need you to go grab something to eat. I need you to go get something to drink. I don't care what you drink. I'm not the police. Just make sure you ain't out here acting some type of crazy. Alright? Yeah. We'll ride late to the party. But goddamn it, we here. Beautiful and sexy. What's going on? What's up, Brad? What it do? Who else we got in here? Mobile Music Pro. Yeah. Stephen Washington. Washing machine. Tucker. What it do? Use the champ. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I mean. If I missed you, say what's up. I wanna shout you out. SLP. Where you been? Well, welcome back. Yeah. Where y'all drinks at? Put it in the chat. That boy beats by dudes. John Adams. What's really good? Yeah. Dude, man, hold up. Guess what? SeanTre in the building. Yeah. She's a beatmaker. A producer. Yeah. This is gonna be great. Brad got some power. That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I hope y'all got y'all subject matter tonight. Y'all know how this works by now. We're gonna start the conversation off, and then towards the middle, we're gonna allow you guys to tell us what y'all want to talk about. We just gonna have us a funky good time. Dudes, where your drink at, man? Put something in the chat, man. Let me see you. Man, don't put no old English, man. Or no Saint I. Yeah. We about to roll. I hope y'all ready. 44 seconds. Yeah. 20 seconds. Are y'all ready? We about to see. All right. It's about that time. Let's get it. Big baby,
Yes, sir.
what's going on, big dog?
I can't call it, bro. How you doing?
Man, I am doing magnificent, man. Are you ready to bring our first guest ever
I am.
on the Keeping It Krunk podcast?
I am, bro. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Yes,
We're
sir.
gonna have to go ahead on and get this thing popping. Let's go ahead on and bring it out, man. I hope y'all ready.
Let's go.
Let's do it. What's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy Marcus Elbow. Welcome to Elbow Media Studios, Keeping It Krunk podcast, as we do every Friday and all Friday. Look to the left of me, and all the way to the left of me is that boy Big Baby, driving the moderators crazy. And in the middle of me and her is the one and only Beat League champion, SeanTre, the music making, music producing extraordinaire. Hey, SeanTre, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing awesome. How are you all doing?
Man, we are doing Gucci. Let me turn the music down a little bit, because we need to make sure we can hear you. I see Big Baby done did some altering to your audio, so let's make sure we got that audio turned up. Let me hear you one more time.
Mic check 1, 2, 3 in a place to be.
Oh, she finna start spitting? Okay, I knew you was a producer, but I didn't know you was rapping. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Singing,
She's
rapping.
a spitter too.
Yes. Lord, everybody, listen. This is, what we're going to start trying to do. We're going to start trying to bring in champions from the Beat League, guests from, the Facebook group, so that we could all, sit back and chop it up. And this is going to be fun, because not only are you guys going to be able to ask us questions, now you're also going to be able to ask SeanTre some questions based on subjects that we're talking about, or whatever you want to get to know, because she's sitting in with us for the whole hour, so she is ready to answer any question y'all got. So SeanTre, won't you kind of give the people a little background about who you is and what you're about, and what's your mission, sweetheart?
I'm from country Alabama.
Okay.
Born and raised in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. My family has always been musical, and my dad, he used to actually be in a group back in high school. My mom always singing in the choir. So music was always a part of our bloodline.
Okay.
And because of that, I got thrown into music.
That's awesome. That's all. Big Baby, turn yourself down just a little bit for me, because SeanTre gonna be a little low, so we're gonna have to make some
How about now?
adjustments.
You good?
Nah, a little bit more. SeanTre, you
What
can't
about
turn
now?
yourself up a little bit, can you? If that's possible.
Can y'all hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, or you might have to project your voice a little bit.
What about
Okay.
now on me? You good?
Yeah, you good.
Right there?
You good, Big Baby. All right. So you got into music because your family and everybody was definitely doing their thing, and it was a natural transition for you to just get in and do it. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, female producer. That's what we're going to be talking about a little bit tonight. Since we got SeanTre here, only she can tell us what it's like coming from that perspective of being a producer, a female producer in a position or a field that's dominated by men. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. I think it's a little better now, but it is traditionally a male's deal. But man, you are so fire. It is crazy. I mean, when I first heard you, I was amazed at how you used your sounds, and how it just wasn't the fact that you was a producer. That wasn't what pulled me in. What got me was the way you produced, right? It was so aggressive. You know what I mean? You have some female producers. I think it would probably be natural, like my daughter, when she produces, she wants to produce R&B. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not saying you can't do that, but I'm just saying she wants to produce R&B. She wants to be more feminine, more laid back, melodies that sound real nice and quiet and good. When I heard your beat and it was just so aggressive and so raw, I was like, boy, I got to meet this woman. I got to meet her. This is crazy. So why don't you just try to give us a little insight on what it's like being a female producer in this business?
Well, how much time? No, I'm just playing. Honestly, it is, let me try to choose my words wisely because I want to make sure I don't discourage anyone.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. Yeah, you're right.
At the same time, it's definitely not for the faint at heart.
Okay.
You have to know this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
The reason why I say it specifically that way is because the challenges that I had to, the challenges that I came across unknowingly, because I just didn't know. I wasn't, I mean, I come from Alabama. I had no idea what the music industry was like. My family has no, major music connection to anyone famous or anything. I didn't have no hookups. It was just, I wanted to do music, okay?
Yeah.
So coming from that and then going to the point of, okay, so how do I start? What do I do? How do I connect? How does it work when you want to produce a song? Who do you connect with?
Yeah.
Those questions kind of turn into the next steps. And the next steps are challenging for females at times, and even my own personal experience, because you expect people to be like you. And I'm one of those people.
You're normal, right? Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. We could talk about that for an hour for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm normal, but
yeah.
you expect what you give out, you expect that in return, and that's not necessarily what happens.
Yeah.
In my personal experience, I was so obsessed with music. I literally, that's almost all I did. And then when it came to the networking part of it and trying to collaborate or just connect with people that can help me get to my next step, that's where it gets hazy. And I say hazy, maybe a better word would be that's where it gets challenging.
Yeah.
Because as a female, you do have to be around a lot of males. And depending on the type of person you're dealing with at the time, kind of determines how they receive you. Some men don't like it when you come up in the studio and act like you know it all and you can do it all.
Yeah.
So in my experience, I had to play dumb and act like I didn't know how to do certain things just to be received.
Yeah.
The other part of it was trying to maneuver and do business and just work with people without it becoming romantic where you didn't want it to be romantic. And y'all know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's just the, clean.
Oh, of course. I know exactly what you mean. And there, I've been in the studio. Of course, I've worked with singers, and of course, you got dancers and everybody else. And it's the funny thing about me though is my mom was she graduated from Grambling. She was very strong, a strong-minded woman. Raised 3 boys by herself. I love my mom, and I respected who she was, and she ensured that we respected women. So when I was in a position to be around a lot of women with, I don't want to say power, but with recognition and position, I've always lobbied for the, none of that, none of this. Let's keep it business. You know what I mean? Let's get some work done. Plus, I started banging out girls, and that made it even more. Let me make sure that I can get my girls comfortable with being in the studio with men and produce. Because when you come in, and you probably can contest to this, you just want it to be about music.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, we're not going to make this podcast about that, but again, it's just very important that female producers and just, people understand that is the thing. It's not a myth. You know what I mean? You walk into a studio, there's that thing you have to overcome to get to the thing that you love.
Right.
And it shouldn't be that way, but it is, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
and everything you said is true. I got my heart broken a million times because my expectations of what I thought things were going to be, encountering different people, trying to, know what next steps I needed to do, turned into situations that I wasn't prepared to handle.
Yeah.
And because of that, it would make you want to quit. Just simply put, it made me, I had to literally battle given up so many times, many times.
Yeah.
And because I had to battle giving up so many times, when I look back at this point of me still doing music and, in a sense, surviving those moments of just saying, forget it, had I not, you guys wouldn't be talking to me right now.
Yeah, and that would have been sad because I love you so much. Your music is just, yeah. Anyway, let's get happy though. All right, so we know that that's the thing, all right? But this is what I want to know for you. What was the most challenging thing about producing you had to overcome as a young producer? Because we have young producers here at Elbow Media, just our community. And it's not just female or male. We're going to move past that. We're just going to talk about music and the fact that we love it. What was one of the hardest things you found, difficult about producing when you first started out? It could be either learning the equipment, learning the software, or just learning how to play. What would you think was the most challenging thing to overcome? Or the insecurity, because there's some, you know what I mean? You be like, man, I can't play. That just sound whack. I don't want them to hear that. You know what I mean? So what was the hardest part about that?
The hardest part for me was accepting criticism from my peers as well as people who were established and already, doing great things in the music industry. You never want to hear somebody say, oh, your drums, you need to change your drums, or you need to change how your sonics are not, good. That beat right there is cool, but nobody's going to want that.
It hurts. It does hurt.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
It was rough.
Tracy J, I didn't threw her drums against the wall so many times, but you know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to hear that. I was telling you before, I heard it from an A&R, and it crushed me because you work so hard, and we tend to think that we're just good. Now, let's just be honest. We do the music and we think it's good, and then someone you trust someone to listen and listen without bias and just say, hey, you're either good or you're not, but it's the way you say it is going to impact me moving forward. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, for me, what I would do is do like a self-assessment by myself and say, okay, yes, that hurt. Let me deal with the hurt. But after the hurt, I was like, okay, is it valid? Is what they're saying valid? Let me go dig and do some comparisons and see if what they're saying is true. If it's not true, then I need to get over it and get back in the grind. If it is true, then let me understand why it is and then upgrade myself to get to the level that they're trying to express to me I need to be at. And a lot of times, the more I got into the whole being a producer, I understood that as a producer, when you're producing records versus producing a track just for people to hear your skill set, it's different, because depending on what kind of artist you're working with, kind of caters to how you produce the track. So you have to leave room for that artist to be able to express themselves on the track.
Yes.
And if you don't leave room as a producer, then that reality for me is why I may have lost certain opportunities that I had in my hand, which was a learning experience. I don't look at it as a loss in the sense of, it didn't work out for me, but it was a loss for me to learn.
Yeah.
And I appreciate those losses because I chose to make it motivation for me to go out there and say, oh, you want to say my stuff is not good? Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, that's that fighting spirit right there. Big Baby, you ever ran into any of these type of situations where you felt I don't know, Pops, thank you again, sir, for the donations. Somebody gonna have to out-donate Pop, or we gonna have to send Pop on a cruise
Pop
to
on it.
Cancun or something. Pop is always supporting, man. We definitely appreciate it, my brother. Big Baby, when you started producing, did you feel the pressure, or not the pressure, but the fear of getting that feedback that we all need? Let's just be honest. It's hard to become who you think you want to become without someone telling you ain't there yet. I mean, let's just be honest. You know what I mean? If everybody tell you good, then you're going to be in the studio sounding mad whack. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you need that constructive criticism. But I'm sorry, Big Baby. You ever felt that type of criticism?
Yeah, I still feel that, bro. Honestly, it doesn't stop. I mean, because you're always going to have critics out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's always going to be somebody that's not feeling you, and it really, for real, they could be feeling you, but they just want to show some hate a little bit because you're doing something that they can't do. So you get automatic hate. But yeah, man, I still get it. Sometimes I get that feeling, like when I'm submitting a track to someone, and it's like, are they gonna like it or whatever, but luckily I've been getting a lot of feedback, man. Just like the other day when I uploaded that track to Facebook, I was expecting to maybe get a little hate or whatever, because not everybody's into
it. Was R&B or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Not everybody's into R&B, especially these younger producers. So I was like, I'm just gonna put it out there, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. And I received so much love for that. So yeah.
That's and I like I said, I've been there, but I've always I've been always mad confident. I ain't gonna eat front. Like I just be wanting to eat people up. Like I just don't care. Like I used to do so many beats. It was like, you ain't like that, I just move on. Like I had beats so cocked and locked that when I would have artists in my presence, I was at the studio, I would bring my keyboard with me and all my stupid discs. And I would just have one beat after one beat after. You say you don't like it, I don't even care. We moving on to the next one. You know what I mean? Because it was self-awareness. I believe that there has to be some type of confidence. You have to have that confidence, because some people won't even mess with you if your confidence is shattered. If you're in there and they're like, yeah, man, that's all right. And then you like, oh, man, don't nobody want to hear that. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not feeling you, I'm not feeling you. Like, I don't need you to try to make me feel that beat. You know what I mean? And for all the producers out there that's watching this podcast and listening, you always got to remember this. Music is subjective. People are going to inhale or bring music into their space based on what they're feeling. It could be a mood. It could be anything that they're feeling at that moment that can decide whether they like that or not, especially with artists, because they're very moody. You may catch an artist that's high. He feeling everything you dropping because he been smoking. You know what I mean? Right. Then you might got an artist that, you know what I mean, he ain't feeling nothing because he just not feeling you. You know what I mean? He just ain't feeling your vibe. He just like, bro, I ain't really feeling this dude. You know what I mean? I don't care what he put out. So you just always have to be prepared for a letdown, not to look at it like it's the end of the world. It's more or less business, okay? They didn't like that, didn't like this, blah, blah, blah. And then you just move on to the next one. I think when you start getting into having people help mold your sound, we were talking about last week, or we were talking about in the beat battle, is then you start sending your music to people that you really trust, or maybe artists that you've worked with in the past that really understand your passion for making music, understand your flow and the way you like to produce, that can give you that feedback that you need to say, okay, I'm working on this, and this is a thing I'm working on, this phase I'm going through, this is a good phase, I'm going to keep going, or I'm going to have to move different and move to something else. I don't know if y'all agree with that, but that's how I feel. I like to send my stuff to people that, that are professional about the way that they listen to music.
Yeah, I was about to say that, man. You definitely want to put yourself out there, let people tell you, give you the real deal. Like, yo, I like your drums are smacking, but the bass line was a little lacking,
Yeah.
And that gives you positive feedback, and it gives you things that you can use to grow. Because without the constructive criticism, you will not grow. You'll be stuck in the same spot thinking you're doing it and you're really not. So
That's facts.
really need somebody with that good ear to tell you, hey, it's all right, but it can be better.
That's facts. That's all facts. So, SeanTre, what do you think about samples in this new age? No, I know what I want to ask you, and I don't even do interviews. This is just I'm playing like I'm a person that do it anyway. How do you feel about the way music is being made today? Let's talk about that, and then we'll talk about that for about another 15, not another 15, maybe another 10 minutes, and then we'll start taking questions. But go ahead. How do you feel about the music, the way music is being made? And be easy. I see you over there cocked it like you just be easy. I know, we all know. Just be easy. I'm just messing with you. How you feel about it? Let me turn you up a little bit.
I like the direction that music is going in. I feel like the access to several different types of places where you can create has really made music accessible to everybody. It's not about you producing like Timberland or London on the track or any of these, Mustard on the beat or any of these producers. It's about you being able to be in your space and do your thing and be free. And I remember back in the day, like when the Triton came out, and all of those, workstations.
Everybody was doing
and
these
everybody had we had $1,500 to go up in Guitar Center and get no keyboard. Okay,
no, ma'am.
So now that these options are available, where you can pay a subscription and just have access to a million sounds through a MIDI keyboard, and then all of these different DAWs that make it easy for you to be able to create from your computer to the iPad or whatever device you choose to use. That to me is phenomenal. That's like awesome, because you really don't have an excuse not to create. It's literally right there for you. So I appreciate just, being in a time of music where I don't have to spend $500 to book a studio session and then go in there and produce. I can get up out of my bed, walk in the next room, and be creative. And that to me is amazing. It's phenomenal, because that wasn't the case 10 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
You had to, or if you knew somebody, you could, say, hey, let me pull up to your studio real quick. And, they'll let you come in and do your thing. Or if you had the money, you could go book studio time and have a production session or a writing session.
Yeah.
But because, music has evolved to subscriptions and also buying things outright, I mean, literally, the world is at the palm of your hands. You can literally do what you want to do and don't worry about what people say. Okay? You can be in your space and do you, and regardless of you posting your beat online, whatever feedback you get, take the feedback that matters to you and just use that as gas to press the pedal and keep it moving.
You're
but
right.
I love where music is going when it comes to the tools that we now have access to. It's awesome.
I'm glad you feel that way. It just brings home, the fact that having you be a champion of the Beat League and now helping us usher this thing forward and what we're trying to do is even more important, because we know what it's like to not have the funds to be able to do what you love. We know what it's like to go into a studio and see a producer working with something that you wish you had, feeling limited and feeling outpaced, or whatever you want to say you felt like at that moment, because you just couldn't afford to do it. And what I love about where we at here in this era right now is like what you said, the ability for someone to create now, no matter the age or creed, where you're from, what you do, is so accessible at this point that it is, some people would love to say it's oversaturated, but I would never really say that, because the way I feel is that as many people as we can get to make music and do what they love to do, God damn it, do it. And I don't even say stuff like that, but do what you love to do. I had a guy hit me. He said he was 55 years old, and he said, "Elbow, man, I thought I was done. My kids are in college. I'm sitting around watching television. I didn't know what to do with myself, and I was a producer in the 90s, and I just was thinking I couldn't do this again. I watched your tutorials on using the iPad, and you changed my life." It's things like that I hear, and it makes me say, how can you be mad at where we at now? How can you be mad at the opportunity we have of being able to be your own label, your own producer, your own studio, your own everything? You know what I mean? And you can't blame anyone now. It's all on you now. You can't say, well, the reason why I didn't make it is because they wouldn't give me an opportunity. You're making those opportunities for yourself now.
Right.
You don't need a record deal.
Exactly. You don't need anything.
Not at all.
You don't need anything. So I think it's phenomenal where we at right now. But let's go ahead on and start. Big Baby, if you need to say something, let me know. If not, we're going to go ahead on and start taking some questions real quick, guys. So if you guys want to ask SeanTre, me, or Big Baby any questions, y'all know how this works. a Friday we chop it up with you guys because y'all already know y'all the community. We ain't got nothing but love for y'all. Yeah, let's go ahead and start right now. So let us know if y'all have any questions. Big Baby, did you go through the chat and see if anybody had any?
Yeah, I'm going back up. Tracy J had one for SeanTre. I'm trying to get back to it here.
Okay.
Let's see.
Everybody keeps saying you're pretty, SeanTre.
Yeah.
Oh,
because they haven't seen you.
It's their first time seeing. They're like, oh, look at her. Stop it. Stop it. This girl bust you upside the head with a beat now. Y'all better chill.
You got these big brothers over here. Don't play.
I mean, chill out. I can't wait till we get Tip on here. She just, I think she just got engaged. So that's pretty cool for her. Congratulations again, Tip on that. But, okay, so we got Brad saying, I think this is for you, Trey. Wait, let me see. Hold up, SeanTre, bringing this to the left. Okay. What DAW do you use, SeanTre?
Currently, Reasons is my go-to, but I'm not opposed to other ones. It's just that's where I started, and as they've developed the software every year when they release a new upgrade, they've done a lot of tuning to it that I love. So that's my choice right there. Is Reasons.
That's what's up. And you say you got the latest one?
No, I'm currently on Reasons 10.
Okay. Why didn't you upgrade? Because I got it too. So,
I got it too.
I'm 10 years in. So me and you on the same page with Reason. I love it. What is holding you back from the update? I did update, and I'm gonna tell you, it's nothing different. I think the only thing the update brought, I think it brought another module, and then it brought the ability to use Reason as a rack with other DAWs, so you could tap into it as a VST. But that was about it. So if you want,
I'm good with what I have with it at this moment. For what the type of music I'm producing right now, everything that's in it currently, is great for me. So to upgrade right now really wouldn't benefit me negatively or positively because it's, Reasons 10 is popping now. I mean, eventually, I will if there's some stuff they add to it that's beneficial, but right now I'm Gucci.
Okay, so have you ever considered Logic or anything outside of Reason, or are you just so comfortable in Reason that you feel it gets you where you need to go creatively?
Yes, I use Logic Pro 9 and 10. I still have it on my computer now.
Okay.
I just haven't used it in a while because I have to kind of reteach myself again because it's been a while since I've used it. But I used to use Logic all the time. Like, I know it. It's just when they released 10 and I finally got 10, I was like, Logic finna be on the back burner.
I love Reason, and again, I don't want to make this a Reason conversation, but we are the reason. That's the reason why we do what we do. Anyway, they're gonna have to let us get an affiliate or something with them. I'm gonna tell you why I love Reason. I think the UI is outdated, but that's okay. The reason why I think it's okay is because it was ahead of its time. The fact that you could flip it over and use Reason as a patch bay and manipulate sounds and manipulate the rack like you were in a physical studio, because I was a physical engineer at one point. That's what draws me to it, and I can't get away from that. It's something about that portion of it that makes me feel like it's physical to me. Even though I know it's digital, it still gives me that control that I'm like, I'm a control freak. So it makes me want to be able to go in and patch around and play around and do different things with the combinator and all that. So I say that to say this. If you guys have never tried Reason, go out and I think they have a Reason Lite or something like that you can get. Give it a look. It's a very, it's an old one, but it's an oldie but goodie.
Right. Yep.
It is an oldie but goodie. So, do we have any more questions?
Yeah, we have several.
Okay.
I was just letting y'all get y'all Reason out. Y'all.
There we go. Got them
I mean, I use it too. I used to use it a whole lot before I got.
No,
but I let y'all get that off. But anyway, this question is from Tracy J for SeanTre. Do you sing on your tracks? And if you do, will you put something out singing and all of that?
Yes, actually, if you go into any streaming service, whether it be Apple Music, Tidal, Google Play, Pandora, any of your choice, you will see 3 singing EPs.
All right.
Oh, dope. That's what's up. That was a good question. I thought you were singing, but I didn't really know. I went and listened to your stuff, and I was like, is that her? I wasn't really sure. So that's cool, though. That is cool. Was singing your first love or producing? Which one? Or did they just go hand in hand?
They kind of were there at the same time. They made me sing at church when I was 3 years old.
Oh, okay. All right.
Shout out to my sister, my brother. They're watching.
Okay, cool. What's up, sis and bro?
Yo.
When I was 3, that was my first solo.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I just kept singing. So yeah, both of them was there.
That's dope. All right, we got another question.
Yeah. Keys Ramirez, he wants to know, SeanTre, do you prefer loops or do you prefer making your own loops?
I like both, honestly. To be honest, I started from always creating my music from scratch. Literally, I have tracks where everything in the track I did myself. But as the loop, starts, the whole loop sample packs and things like that became popular. I felt comfortable using them because I know that I could reproduce those loops if I needed to do it.
Okay.
So, yes, I love working with loops. I work with them all the time now because if I ever need to reproduce, I don't have a fear of being like, if I take this loop out, this track gonna be whack. Like, nah, I can redo that and,
flip it.
That's awesome.
Whether the loop is there or not.
That's right.
That is
That's
awesome.
right.
All right, so we got another question. What's the next question?
My dog on the beats, he asked, SeanTre, how do you get your drums to sound the way you do? Your bass sits just right in the mix.
Yeah, please help Mud Dog with his bass.
Yeah.
This boy got 18 12s in his whole car. I'm like, boy, are you serious, boy? Take some of them speakers out, bro. You need a tweeter, bro. Sorry, I'm just messing with you, Mud. You know what it do. I'm sorry. Go ahead and answer the question.
Honestly, it is, first of all, you really want to make sure you're producing on the right studio monitors.
Okay.
Because if you can't gauge your low end on your studio monitors, that's going to be a bad, a place where, you won't be able to know. That's number one. Secondly, I'm one of those people that strip away and kind of listen to how my low end sounds along with the other sounds that I have in the track. And if it's fighting with it, then I'll choose a different type of low end. So you kind of have to, understand how sounds are supposed to sound. It's kind of hard to describe because I play by ear. Like I don't have any professional training.
Yeah.
So it's more so
by feel too,
It's by feel. Yeah, it's by feel.
Because you got to get to know your monitors. That's what I was telling. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to kind of, kind of piggyback on what you just said because that's what I was telling Tracy J. She was struggling, trying to figure out how to mix or whatever. And headphones are good, but they're just not going to get it done. You're gonna have to get some monitors. And congratulations to her. She just bought her some monitors. So
yes, Tracy J.
So she say they about to get ready to come in. That's what's up. So she's going to be able to definitely start moving her production level up. She's going to be able to get some XP and start doing better on the mix. So you're right about that, Trey. You got to have the tools in order for you to be able to try to get to where you want to get to. I'm not saying you got to go buy a whole damn $20,000 worth of equipment, but some of the essential things you just got to have. You just can't escape that. You got to have some of those things.
And that's it. And then also, I do have some plugins that I'm using, some VSTs that I'm using to accentuate them specific ways. But when I produce, I'm also mixing when I produce.
Yeah.
So that has something to do with it. Like in the process of producing, once I get sounds to start building on top of sounds, I'm actually mixing as well, because if I start to hear something a little bit too loud, I'll pull it back. And it's really about what you want that track to say. Like if you have a lead sound in the track and you want that to be the star of the track, then you have to build around those sounds and pull the other sounds back enough for that to be the lead, so that way it does sit in the middle. But if you have everything loud, then it's gonna fight with your lead sound, and it's not gonna feel good. It is a feeling. Like if it don't feel good to you,
it's not gonna feel good.
It ain't gonna right. And then the other thing is, some people like to, you know, dip in a little libations and stuff when they're producing, but your sound in your ears kind of go down when you're under the influence, and it can kind of take you off of what you're hearing correctly. You might want to not. Yeah, we might not want to.
Yeah, we've mixed that night and woke up that morning like, what the hell was I doing? That is garbage. So we got another question coming in from BS. She says, hi, SeanTre. Hey, SeanTre, have you thought about teaching like Elbow, and will you be doing any courses and becoming a teacher here at Elbow Media Studios? Whoa. Okay, I may have pushed that a little bit.
That's a loaded question.
You know what I mean? I mean, she's already family. So it's funny. It's funny she even brought that up. We talked about that last night. I don't want to put you on the spot if you don't want to answer that.
I can answer it.
All right, go ahead.
What's up, by the way? I definitely am interested in doing that. It's always been a part of my dream to share my knowledge and my wealth that I've learned along the way. So I definitely looking for, you know, an opportunity to do that. And if, you know, Elbow Media Studios at any given point presents that opportunity, I would definitely consider doing it.
Well, we talked about that last night, and I definitely am impressed with everything about you, your poise. Someone said in the comments that you're shooting from the hip because you know this and you feel this. This is a passion. This is love, and they can hear it in your voice. And that's what we're pushing here. In what we're doing is we're pushing the love and the passion for what we do, and we want to be able to pass that on to other people so that they can have a love and passion for what they love to do. So we're definitely going to talk, more about getting you acclimated into trying to articulate what you know. Because that's the whole fun part about it. It's cool to know it, but being able to display it in a way that people can, retain it is the most fun part about it. So, yes, we definitely want you to be a part of this family. And to be honest with you, you're already a part of this family. We just got to get the particulars and get you trained up so that you could, so that you can take it to the next level. Because essentially, like we've always talked about, and I've told you before off camera, is that this is all I want to do. I'm just going to be honest. This is all I want to do. And the way that we're setting this thing up here at Elbow Media Studios, we will one day be able to hang our hats on the fact that we are doing what we love to do. We're educating, we're producing, and we're making a living doing what we love to do. And, so that's definitely my dream. And I hope, everybody that does music has a dream of their own to become financially independent and do what you love to do on a day-to-day basis. And it's possible. It can be done. Don't think it can't be. So, man, we are approaching that time. I think we can go 2 hours with you on here, but we try to keep it tight. We will bring SeanTre back on. Like I said, she's family. We're going to be bringing on the champions. We may even go 4 across. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we want to give them the opportunity to talk and y'all to get to know the champions, and we'll think about, maybe expanding this whole podcast thing to where we all get on here. That would be so freaking awesome, to just have more people that's inside of our community on here, especially the champions, so that everyone can get a feel of who they are and what they do, and of course what they love, which is of course music, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
All right. So let's go ahead on and I guess we could take one more question. We do have 6 minutes left. So did we have another question? I don't know if I seen one. Somebody said I don't know. Go ahead, Big Baby. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
It was I can't remember who it was, but they asked, what is your controller choice?
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah. You're like, what controller are you kind of, you like to use?
Like MIDI controller?
I think that's what they're talking about.
The regular one, the M audio.
Okay.
You got the Axum?
No, child. That look simple. M audio, whatever, 46, 45 keys.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she got the $99 joint.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't have no buttons on it.
Really? Oh, but you got the MPC
right
though. You got the MPC though, so Do you use your MPC with Reason, or you just use your MPC to produce on, then you stem it out to Reason?
Exactly. I stem it out to Reasons. I produce in the MPC software, and then stem it out, put it in Reasons.
Is that your normal workflow for your drums?
Yeah, I tried to do it where the MPC was working with Reasons. And it took me a little bit to get everything synced correctly. So I did do a session where I did it like that, but I kind of like the stem way. I guess that's because that's how I learned it, but it will probably be a little bit better had I learned a little bit more about how to sync them all.
Okay.
But yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's see. Pops Production says, SeanTre, what's your starting point? Like bass line, sample, drums, what do you do to get started?
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I have literally no wherewithal. It honestly depends on the genre I'm producing, and then on top of that, it depends on what does it depend on? It depends on
the mood, probably.
Yeah.
If I feel like the record or the track is going to be driven by the rhythm, I'll start with the drums first.
Okay.
If I feel like the track is going to be driven by the melody, then I'll put the melody first and build my drums underneath it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's funny when people ask that question. I kind of don't really know how to answer that either, because for me, it's about how I feel at that moment. It depends on what's motivating me at that moment. If I just pull my force out and I start banging away on some drums, I'll do some drums right there. Then I'll start trying to look for a bass line or something to kind of go in there, and then it just explodes from there, and I start creating from there. So yes. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead on and get ready to get up out of here. We just want to make sure we thank everybody for coming in and chopping it up with us. I want to thank Mobile Music Pro for sure for donating and helping us out. We appreciate that. And Pops definitely showed mad love. I'm gonna have to make him a godfather for my grandbaby. Much love as he's showing. He's just, he's just doing it. I appreciate you though, Pops, and you're a great producer as well. It's only a matter of time, sir, before you become a champion yourself. So I hope you guys really got something from this, and we're gonna definitely, like I said before, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we're gonna continue to keep coming on, giving you guys as much information possible so that you can live your dreams and do what you love to do. Remember, if you have not joined the Beat League, go join the Beat League Facebook group. This is a place where we network, where you're going to hear music from people like SeanTre, champions like Tucker and Pops, and just Tip and everybody that is just sharing their musical genius and sharing their info. We're networking over there. We also started a Discord that is moving a little slow, but we're working on getting that going. So just come over and just try to be a part of everything we got going, so you can get these gems and you can get this information, and you can really network with people. And as you can see, listening to SeanTre tonight, we're all like-minded, and we're all traveling in the same direction. So if we're all traveling in the same direction, then we're going to get there most likely all together. If not, we're going to pull each other up to help the other people get there as well. Okay? Thank you, SeanTre, for coming through and blessing us tonight, my sister.
I appreciate you guys having me. I definitely want to thank both of you for even thinking of me to come and share a little bit about me, so everybody can kind of get to know me a little bit and put the face with the music. So I definitely appreciate it.
No doubt. They thought you was just like, like the boogeyman or something, the way them beats were busting their head up. Hey, like, yo, she killing the game. You know what I mean? Love your music. All right, guys, y'all have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. We will be streaming tomorrow. So I know we haven't been streaming lately, so we will be streaming tomorrow. I will have a tutorial in something. I really don't know. We may bring the force out. I don't know what we're going to bring out, but we miss you guys, so we're going to definitely do that. So thank you for coming again. This is, Marcus Elbow Media Studios, Big Baby SeanTre, Beat League, Elbow Media Studios. Y'all already know what we got popping over here. That's what's up. Y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Bye, y'all.